Hi, my name is Alison Mead from Silicon Bullet, and I'm here to help bookkeeping and accounts people with postponed VAT. And it's just by coincidence today that I've had a client give me a call as they're a bookkeeper and their client is just starting to use postponed VAT and they needed to know how to do it. And I've also seen on one of the Facebook pages I'm in somebody else showing me a postponed VAT statement and not knowing what to do with it. So, first, let's say what postponed VAT is. When you are in the UK and you are buying goods from abroad, you need to pay VAT on any goods that you buy. But if you are a VAT registered business, then you would normally pay the VAT on the goods that you buy, and then next time you put a VAT return in, you will reclaim the VAT from the HMRC. You will put it on box 4 of your VAT return, and your VAT amount that you owe will be deducted by the amount of VAT you've paid. So you pay it out and then you reclaim it later. The beauty of postponed VAT, and this came in when Brexit happened, was that this can add real problems to your cash flow. If you're having to pay the VAT out to the importer and then you can't reclaim it up to 3 months later when you actually do the VAT return, then your money is tied up for no apparent reason, and it can affect your cash flow. So, postponed VAT was brought in to help with your cash flow. What this actually means is that instead of paying the VAT to the importer and then reclaiming it later when you do your VAT return, you actually just agree with the importer that you are using postponed VAT, and they will, instead of charging you for it, they will report to the government that they have done a transaction with you and this is the amount of VAT that's been postponed. And then you log into your HMRC account on around the 10th of each month, and you will be able to download a statement of all your postponed VAT for the previous month. Now, what you also need to do with this postponed VAT is still report it in your VAT return, just as if you had paid it when the goods were imported and reclaimed it later. So, in effect, the way they get around this on your VAT return is you include it in box 1 as if it's something that you're paying over to the government, but you also include it in box 4 as if it's something that you are reclaiming. And the net effect is it makes no difference to box 5, the amount of VAT that you need to pay to the government. So you need to know how in the software that you're using, you are able to put these transactions in. So you will find if you are using a software like Sage 50, there is a VAT code that you can create that has certain settings in it that basically you can put a batch invoice in the supplier area. You will put nothing in the net column. You will use the postponed VAT code and you'll put the whole amount of the VAT in the VAT column. And that will effectively put the amounts in box 1 and box 4. It depends how long you've had your Sage and how long it's set up and whether you've done the updates, if that VAT code is in there. But if you don't have it, just go and look in your Sage help text, look up what the VAT code for postponed VAT needs to look like, and you can create it for yourself. That way, then, when you download your statement for the month, you can go to your suppliers, go to batch invoices, and create a one-line entry. You can put that on a supplier code for the HMRC, or a supplier code that's in the name of the importer, or a supplier code that's related to the person you're importing from. What supplier code you use for this really doesn't matter because there's going to be no money changing hands. It's just a report that you're going to do. Now, if you use Xero software, it's even easier to do this process. So when you produce a VAT return in Xero, you will notice that on the bottom of the VAT return page, there is a little bit right at the bottom that you might not have even noticed if you don't need it, that basically says enter postponed VAT. What I would do is do one entry of that for each statement that you've downloaded from the HMRC. So when you click on that, it brings up a little box. You can say how much the postponed VAT is. You can say which month that you were declaring it for, January, February, March, April. And you can even upload a copy of your statement that you have downloaded so that you've got the evidence there as well and you can save it. It's quite common that this is something that people don't do because they just don't know that they have to do it. So if you're a bookkeeper new to a job, you're finding this postponed VAT and it's never been done before, don't stress about it. I would just carry on doing it properly from when you take over the job so that you know you are doing the right job. Equally, in Sage 50, if you cannot work out what VAT code to use to do these entries, what you could do is produce your VAT return in the normal way and then use the edit buttons to add the VAT amount into box 1 and add the amount into box 4, keep your documents as the evidence, and then submit the VAT to the VAT man. So, if you have found this useful, and you need some help with your bookkeeping, my name is Alison Mead. I work for, always do the wrong way, Silicon Bullet here. I obviously have this YouTube channel where you can find some information, but I also have a subscription service to support bookkeepers. It's called Bookkeeping Buddy. So you can subscribe to my support service. That will then give you access to an area where I point you to all my useful videos and my useful blog posts. And we also have a meeting once a month for any bookkeepers or business owners that do their own bookkeeping where you can bring your problems to the table. But I also then offer a one-to-one session. So you can book a one-to-one session with me. And if you'll do this and you actually just want actually, I just want someone to set it up for me. We can set up a Teams meeting. I can remotely link into your accounts. I can help you get it all sorted, get it set up so that you are then self sufficient to be able to do it from there on in. So that is me. That's Alison Mead from Silicon Bullet. I hope you find this useful. Please do send me a message to let me know if this video has been useful to you. It's always good to know that I'm on the right track. If there's something else that's confusing you with your bookkeeping and accounts, then again, drop me a message, ask me to do a video for you. That's absolutely fine. Or contact me for details of the Bookkeeping Buddy subscription. You can find me on blog.siliconbullet.com and I hope to speak to you again soon.